Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're jumping right into AI-powered growth, and specifically, how smart businesses manage to scale faster. I'm absolutely thrilled to guide you through this today, because at the end of the day, literally every single business outcome you care about is ultimately shaped by the decisions you make. We're talking about your day-to-day operational decisions, your big leadership moves, your massive growth plans, and your core strategic priorities. But, well, here's the major catch. As businesses grow, making those clear, impactful decisions, it gets incredibly difficult. Which brings us to a really vital question right up front. Why do smart businesses slow down as they grow? I mean, think about it. You've got more resources, you've hired more top talent, you've captured more market share, yet suddenly moving the ship feels like steering through molasses. This is the absolute core problem of scaling, and it's exactly the central challenge we're unpacking today. Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1, the growth complexity trap. So why does business growth make strategic decision-making so much harder than it was on day one? The answer really comes down to one word: complexity. As a business scales, complexity escalates rapidly. More information. Actually, scratch that. It's usually an absolute avalanche of information, more workflows, more operational variables, and way more pressure around timing. Leaders are suddenly forced to make crucial decisions faster than ever, all while standing at the bottom of this massive mountain of complexity. And what actually slows those strategic decisions down in the real world? Well, we're dealing with fragmented information scattered across a bunch of different departments, delayed reporting that tells you what happened last month, not today, and disconnected systems that just completely refuse to talk to each other. So leaders end up wasting all this valuable time just trying to stitch together a baseline of clarity before they can even think about taking action. This brilliantly illustrates the ultimate consequence of the complexity trap. Uncertainty slows execution. When you don't have a clear picture, you naturally hesitate. And that slow decision-making significantly hurts a company's competitiveness in a fast-moving market. You simply cannot execute swiftly if you aren't absolutely certain about what's happening under the hood of your own business. Let's shift our focus over to the solution now. Section 2, how AI restores visibility. We hear AI thrown around as a buzzword constantly, right? But in the context of scaling a business, it's actually a highly practical tool. Before we even look at the tech, let's define what visibility actually means here. It's understanding exactly what's happening operationally so you can identify risks, set priorities, and make strong adjustments. Because without this deep operational understanding, businesses simply cannot make strong strategic decisions. You're effectively flying blind. And look at what happens here. The cost of flying blind is severe. Without visibility, your key priorities become incredibly unclear. Creeping risks become way harder to identify until it's entirely too late. And vital strategic adjustments, they become painfully slow. This is exactly how decision quality weakens in a growing company. Let's move to this and see how it builds. This is where artificial intelligence steps in and completely changes the game by targeting information flow. AI provides that missing context to all those fragmented systems we just talked about. It surfaces operational insights way faster than humanly possible, improves your access to relevant information, wipes out those frustrating bottlenecks, and connects the disconnected dots so you can see operational patterns clearly. So the absolutely crucial point here is this. Visibility improves strategic confidence. When AI helps your business make decisions with better context and clarity, your leaders feel certain. And that better clarity naturally leads to stronger execution and massively improved business performance overall. Make no mistake, confident decision-making is fast decision-making. All right, let's pivot for a second. Section 3, the big AI mistake. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the sharp contrast between myth and reality. When implementing AI, the most common mistake is assuming it's here to replace leadership and strategic thinking. You know, the whole idea that you just plug it in and it runs the whole shebang. But the reality? AI simply supports leaders by dramatically improving information clarity. It's an empowering tool for sure, but definitely not a replacement for human intellect. As a focused learner, I really want to reassure you on this. AI does not replace your strategic thinking. Leadership still absolutely drives the business. You are still sitting squarely at the steering wheel. But now, you've got a crystal clear windshield instead of a foggy one. And that is exactly where AI creates its most practical, tangible value. Let's transition to taking some action. Section 4, your practical starting point. Let's turn all this theory into reality. If you want stronger strategic decision-making, you need to find your biggest opportunities by asking yourself 3 crucial questions. First, Identify exactly where your leadership currently lacks operational clarity. Second, pinpoint which specific decisions take way too long to make today. And third, uncover where your critical information is just too difficult to access. Analyzing these specific weak points will reveal your very best opportunities for AI improvement. To summarize the core takeaways of today's explainer, just remember how II systematically tackles the growth complexity trap. It steps right in to support your strategy by delivering better operational visibility, way faster access to vital insights, a clearer flow of information across your departments, and ultimately, much stronger planning support for your leadership team. It literally takes the chaos of rapid growth and turns it into structured clarity. So, what does this all mean? I want to leave you with this provocative final thought. Which businesses are most likely to win with AI over the next 5 years? I'll give you a hint. It won't be the ones that just buy the flashiest tools. It'll be the ones that use AI to see their business more clearly than their competitors do. We're going to be exploring exactly who those winners are in our next and final explainer. Thank you so much for engaging with us today, and I'll see you next time.